What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, my Twitch chat has challenged me to use Pokemon exclusively selected by them in the Go Battle League. Let me tell you, sometimes they're kind, sometimes they give me good picks, but a vast majority of the time, they give me some of the just worst, craziest Pokemon imaginable here in Pokemon Go. And because of that, it's always a little bit of fun to see if I can win games using some of the worst Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Really quickly, before we do get into the battles, I want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what my chat has in store for me. Best Pokemon into Aurorus? You've got to be kidding me. That is so bad. That is so bad. Like, if I had, what's it called? Mud Slap on Nidoking, then maybe there'd be some play here. But since I'm on Poison Jab, since it doesn't get Mud Slap, we're in so much trouble. Okay, well, we at least get some nice chip damage there. They're at 9 right now, so they could go for a full-on Meteor Beam. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but no, they Weather Ball, so they're at 4. 5. That's only a Weather Ball. Okay. So they're only at 1 right now. 1 Powder Snow, that is. So maybe there's still some play here. Let's see what they bring in, or if they stay in. If they do stay in, we can CMP. Altaria comes in, okay. Well, we have back-to-back Wild Charge now, so this should do quite a bit of damage. And we have chunked down their guy a little bit, but I am very worried about how I'm going to deal with all the energy this game. Alright, second Wild Charge. It's going to hurt, but I really just have to hope that Nidoking's just insane in the back. Is that even a... Oh, you're joking me, they shield that? Well, maybe that's actually fine for us, though, because now I can get to a Power Gem against this. And, we'll see. I don't know. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be so weird. Alright, we'll Power Gem immediately, because my Nidoking, I think, is on mono ground coverage, so I have no Charge Attack pressure there whatsoever. And they are pretty low right now. Oh, that is nothing. On that Aurorus. And that could be helpful. That could be very helpful. I think they're at, like, 1 Powder Snow, or maybe 2 or 3? Oh, no, I don't remember. This is bad news. Well, I need to make a catch happen here, and I don't remember the energy on this Pokemon. I'm gonna say they're at... I don't know. I needed to keep track better. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Does this matter? I don't know. I have to get a farm down still, and then I have to be able to, like, one-shot something in the backline with Nidoking. And I don't know how possible that's gonna be. Come on, Nidoking! No! No! I played it perfectly! They just survive! Well, alright. we tried our best, I guess. Against Mammy? Oh boy. Alright, Solrock into Cetitan. That's actually a pretty good lead, isn't it? Because I can outpace here. I have Rock-type damage. I also have Fire-type Weather Ball, which should be pretty good. We see a Charge Bug come in. What the heck? That's on Bug Bite? Why? Of course it's on Bug Bite. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, well, I'm gonna go for the Weather Ball. We get a Shield, which I guess is good. And I'm gonna bring in my Ladian, which does resist Bug Bite damage at the very least here. Discharge is not gonna one-shot us. We have a shield lead, and that's gonna be helpful here. I can survive the Bug Bite damage, get to 2 back-to-back attacks, and if I get low enough here, then Cetitan really doesn't get a lot of energy out of this. But the big question is gonna be, at this point, what is the final Pokemon this game? Do we have play into it? Alright, we have the next move here. Honestly, if we get a shield with our Dynamic Punch, I think we swap. Maybe either way we swap. I wouldn't be surprised with a second Bug type in the back. Like, why would you have this in the first place? That's my question. Why would you have a Bug Bite Charge-a-Bug? They're at 1. See a no shield. This might be crazy, but I'm going to bring in Venusaur. I think I can Vine Whip down. 1 shield Vine Whip down, and then hopefully I can go for some Sludges or Frenzy Plants into the back line. But we'll see. What is this? Grumpig? Okay. Well, I'm at back-to-back Sludges here. Let's see what he does. Shields, that's a good play. He's just gonna farm us down here, probably. Unless that was a CMP, which would be amazing if it was, but I would be surprised if he went for that. It was a CMP? Hold on. I mean, Ladian is still alive here this game. I can swap. Can I get a Weather Ball off first? I might be able to. Please tell me Solrock's quick enough. Solrock is just insane. Hold on. We outpace the Grumpig. This should get the knockout, right? And then Titan's Energy Dry. We Psywave down, or at the very worst, we get a Weather Ball off. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's go. Okay, Solrock. There we go. Alright, got another match. Jumpluff into Clodsire. Not an amazing lead matchup. I'm actually ABA weak to this Pokemon somehow. It's kind of fine in the sense that if my Crustle avoids this, hopefully it's in a better spot in the back. But they have super effective fast and charge attack pressure against us, so... this is, like, crazy that they are running... This is the first Clodsire I've seen in this meta, and of course I'm ABA weak to it with maybe the most real team I've got all day. But that's fine, that's fine. We don't need to win leads. They're on Sludge Bomb too. That's what makes this even worse, because that means they can outpace us here. So instead I'm just going to go for a CMP. And this is going to guarantee I get as much chip damage as possible here. And maybe I can chip this into range where my Crustle can deal with it. Honestly, that's not bad. That's not bad. They might go for like an undercharge here, and if they do, I'm going to swap out. Yeah, no reason to stay in if they're going to do that. Go, Crustle. Oh, this is on Shadow Claw. I didn't really know if that was Shadow Claw or Bug Bite for a second. And since this is a Bug type getting swapped into me here, I mean, they have to respect Rock Wrecker. Yeah, we get his shield. 7. They're out of Rock Tomb potentially now. But Shadow Claws don't do that much damage to me. And I should, even with debuffs, be able to one-shot with Rock Wrecker. They do Lunge Bait, so they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 5 away from their next attack here. The next lunge, that is. They could Rock Tomb us right now, because it is 12 Shadow Claws for a bait plus a Rock Tomb. I feel like shielding this is the play. Just save our Crustle if possible. They do bait us again, which is kind of crazy. 5. Okay, well, I'm going to knock this out at least. But I am at -2 attack, which is not the best thing I've ever heard. They could come back in with that Clodsire if they want to, and it looks like they do. We'll try to go for a catch. Doesn't quite work out, but we do clear our debuff there. And what the heck is this? It's a Lugia in the back. Is this playable? Maybe I should have gone for a Wrap first. Honestly, I have no idea if this is playable. 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they probably have to Aeroblast us here to knock us out, right? They're at 8. So 1 away from 100 energy. 9. They have to Aeroblast. They can't go for a Sky Attack here. We survive that. We go for the catch here, but they have energy on that Clodsire that we do have to watch out for right now. If they ever bring it in, I have to go for an instant charge attack. Nice. I hope they're low enough. I should have gone for Rock Wrecker. I reacted to it, but did I? Is this enough? It is? Okay. We can just farm down. Okay. I should have Rock Wrecker. I should have Rock Wrecker. I just made it closer for content, I guess. Let's go. Alright, next opponent. Shadow Gligar into Regidrago. I guess it's kind of good that I see this here, right? Blacephalon doesn't want to see this Pokemon, but then again, nothing on my team really does. But at least I can go for potential digs and get shield advantages and stuff. I don't know. They might just go for Vice Grip here too, which they do. Nice bait by them. Alright, they likely let this go, because either way they do survive this attack. Gligar is honestly so pitiful in this day and age. It's kind of sad. A boost would be lovely. No boost. This should just be a Vice Grip, right? Surely? I mean, I can't shield. Yeah. I can't shield with Blacephalon in the back, so we'll just let that go. And we have to hope for no Furret in the backline. In the Retro Cup, that doesn't seem too likely, right? That doesn't seem likely at all. Yeah, we also need to hope for no Licky Licky in the back. I don't think I can get through this Pokemon, unfortunately. Not with the energy lead, especially. They're at 7. We'll see what we can do, because, I mean, I might be able to try to catch an attack. They just throw instantly. Yeah. I mean, I have to shield. I have to try to still catch a Body Slam this game. That's just not good enough for us. Confusion Cresselia. Technically a good matchup for the Blaster. They no-shield that? Wait. No! No! Dude, if I get that move off, I win the game! That's so sad. I one-shot the Cresselia at least. Alright, next game. We'll see Magcargo into Shadow Sealeo. Alright. I feel like this is playable, but it could be awkward if they start going for baits here. Either way, they are going to be able to go for a lot of very heavy-hitting damage early on in this matchup. They're at 7. I could try to play it crazy and no-shield, but I feel like there's not a lot of reason to bait. Yeah, that would have been a bad no-shield. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully, if I get a shield back here, then I should at least be in a decent spot. And I'm always going to get a shield back. 5, 6, 7, 8. They come in with a Furret here into my Blastoise. But they are so slow on that counter swap, actually, that I can reach a Skull Bash before they even get to a Trailblaze. This is looking alright for me. Yeah, I mean, that's Hydro Cannon range. And I should get my Hydro Cannon here before they can get to another attack. They're at 9. If they go for a Trailblaze here, then I can go for another rollout. If they go for a different move here, then I'll have to throw immediately. No, they do go for that. I should be 2 away from my next Hydro Cannon, but it's going to be down to the wire if I can survive long enough to land it. Oh, we actually just get a no-shield there. Okay. Well, I win switch advantage then. This is so bad. I think I just lose this game on the spot. It's a Giratina in the backline. Another Pokemon my Magcargo really struggles into. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have swapped out here. I had to hope it was on Shadow Claw. Oh, but they switch? Okay. Honestly, their swap out there I feel like is not super ideal for them, but maybe it will work out. We get a shield there. Okay, interesting. They have to Surf us to knock us out. I would imagine that's what they throw. Munchlax is bulky enough to survive that somehow. Come on, Blastoise, get that Hydro Cannon off. Nice. So, this probably doesn't knock them out, but it will put them into Incinerate downrange. Oh, it does knock them out. Hold on. Does that win me the game? I don't know if I win this or not. I do get a Rock Tomb debuff off early, but I need a second Rock Tomb, and I don't know if they can still just knock us out, because they likely have Ancient Power, which is super effective into Magcargo. Let's go. Okay. Wait, Blastoise is insane. Blastoise put on a clinic that game. All right, next battle. Haunter, Shadow Haunter that is, into Grumpig? Well, this is going to be a quick matchup. I'm going to get Psywave down so quickly, but I mean, Shadow Claw is also super effective here, so it's not like they're going to come out of this very healthy themselves. All right, they're at 11, which means they can Dynamic Punch my Haunter if they want to, but that would be ridiculous. They're probably never doing that. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. Well, hopefully they don't last long enough to get to 2 Dynamic Punches here, but I think they will. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I might just have to rely on my Poliwrath trying to win us this game. I do survive one. They'll get a second one off here, which I don't love. But I can likely get a superpower off into the backline. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're fighting weakness in the back with this Pokemon. We'll see. Yeah, we get a full farm down. That is good. What do we see in the back? What comes in here? Okay, well, I mean, technically Poliwrath walls this. Doesn't really do as much as I'd like, though. Because Rock Wrecker would do a lot. Despite the fact I wall this. I'm going to shield this up, because I would imagine a Rock Wrecker does a lot more than most things this game. They likely switch if they have an answer to us here. What was in the back? What was in the back? Like, Furret? Dude, I want to know so bad now. Alright, next opponent. Illumise. Into Shadow Dusknoir. Oh my goodness. Guys, help. What do I do against this? I can't even knock this out. I can't even, like, knock this Pokemon out here. I guess I get his CMP. That's kind of cool. I don't think there's a chance I can even KO the Dusknoir. Let alone, like, win the game. Wait, they let that go? You're so back. We are so back. They no-shielded the Dusknoir. Incredible news. If it's double weak to fighting in the backline, maybe there's some play. Surely it's not like an Annihilator. Why? Why is it this? I thought I had a chance for a second, man. It's Shadow Dusknoir, Shadow Charizard. Okay. Yeah. You know, we were not, in fact, back. Next opponent, Kazim. Oh, no. Now, he's a good battler here. Not good enough to win the lead against us, but we'll see what he has in the back line. Definitely could have things in the back that are good against us here. Okay. Honestly, Hakamo is not bad to see here for my Dusknoir. I can go for the Shadow Punch. And, I mean, I think actually right now, maybe... Do I just stay and let him throw a Charge Attack and then swap out? Yeah, I think so. Although if he plays it out like that, maybe I just shield once and farm down. He's at 5, so he is at a Rock Tomb. He goes for a Brick Break, which is kind of insane. He doesn't actually debuff my attack stat, so I just get a full Astonish down, thanks to that here. Alright. I mean, Lapras doesn't really want to see Grumpig, right? I'm starting to think there's a good chance the final Pokemon is an Annihilate. But I should get 2 shields here. And I'm not that concerned about Annihilate, honestly. Because I have Psywave on my Lapras. Alright, big moment of truth. Do we get a shield here or not? We do. Okay, well, I'm going to switch. Might as well. I know this Pokemon is remarkably useless against a lot of things this game, so we're just going to sacrifice our poor Seeking here. We're on Poison Jab, which is not the current moveset that you normally see people running. We see the Annihilate. There it is. It does catch our move. Nice play by Kazim. I could have gone for a debuff here, but honestly, maybe just going for the raw damage is the better play, because I should be able to Psywave this down. And the thing about Annihilate is normally they're not actually on... Oh, honestly, I'm going to come in Dusknoir here. Force energy out of him. Yeah, I mean, I can just farm this down. I should be able to go for a Sparkling into that Grumpig, and then I can just shield the Dynamic Punch. I could have also come in Lapras here to farm down, because I could have no-shielded that Rachist anyway. But, you know, I'll play it safe. Use some of our Dusknoir that we still have left over. They need 2 Dynamic Punches. They're not going to be able to reach it, I don't believe. And honestly, even if they do, there's a chance that that wouldn't be enough damage to knock us out here. They go Dynamic. It is super effective, but we have the Sparkling already queued up here. And while Grumpig is not the squishiest in the game, Sparkling's a pretty good move. This should get the knockout. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, that was a good team. Alright, next game. Hippowdon into Aurorus. That is not great, but I do have 2 Pokemon in the backline that can handle this, and if I get some shields down here, then honestly it's not all that bad. And we do bait out an Annihilate here, which is also not terrible, because I can go for what might be a Psyshock against them. They might have to shield this, and even honestly, like, no matter what happens here, I might just win the 2-shield matchup, but we'll see. The counters here have already added up quite a bit, I will admit that much. I'm going to shield this, so I need to get another shield down if possible. I do get 2 more Weather Balls, but I am unsure if the next Weather Ball knocks out. I have to hope that my Medicham in the backline might be enough for us. They have the next move. They are already at the Rage Fist. They're 1 away from an Ice Punch as well. That just knocks out? Dude! Ninetales, holy crap! Okay. Well, that's amazing. That's actually incredible news. I did not realize that was a possibility. They're going to try to catch you at some point, right? So let's keep an eye out for that. If they have a Ghost type in the backline, I do not want to throw a Dynamic Punch into them. And they can't go for Meteor Beams here. Ice Fang! Hippowdon! It's the play. This is what we needed. This is the best Pokemon in the game. Okay. We should be able to farm this down. They do Dragon Pulse, which makes some sense here, but I have a Dynamic in the backline. I have a Scorching Sands here, too. Okay, let's go. Let's see what it can do. Is Volbeat the Pokemon that's going to beat all the other Pokemon today? And, I mean, all things considered, as far as Volbeats go, like Volbeat leads go, that is, like, maybe kind of playable. My fast food pressure does add up quite a bit here. The only problem is this is a perfect opportunity for the Primeape to ramp up with Rage Fist. And that is scary. 1, 2, 3, 4. I survive this. I'm going to no shield. That's like normally what Illumise and Volbeat are good for, is just getting a single shield from your opponent. Okay, I don't know why I went for a Bug Buzz of all things, but the way I see it now, either way, like if they caught that move, I feel like Bug Buzz would be the better one to go for. 3. Alright. Well, they are a +2 Primeape, which is kind of scary. But my Emolga here technically resists Karate Chops. So that's good, I guess. Big Rage Fist again. That's really all they need to throw in this matchup. But this Discharge should knock him out. I would imagine we see a no-shield come through here, because if they do shield this up, I think I Thundershock all the way down, and then I get a free Acrobatics into something in the back. They do let that go. In comes a Crustle of all things, which I'm going to be honest, is not the best counter to an Emolga in the game, because they have to bait us here if they want to outpace us to a Rock Wrecker. Let's see if they call that I'm going to bait or not. They do shield that, which is a smart play. This is such a 50-50 right now, because if they bait us, they get the Rock Wrecker. That's so bad. Well, now I lose the game. Now I lose the game on the spot, man. If I shield that up, I probably have a chance to win this one, because then I have a Furt in the backline that likely has some play. Another Rock Wrecker. I want to see the third, at the very least, so I can see if I had a chance. And honestly, yeah. Yeah, if I would have shielded properly, I would have had a good chance to win this game, actually. Because then I would have probably got a Discharge off against that. That's so sad. I nearly actually got a Volbeat win. Alright, next opponent. It's a Titan. Into Shadow Giratina. Okay, beautiful lead. My backline's actually very scared against this Pokemon, so I need to knock this out quickly if possible. And for some reason, they're staying in here, which is actually amazing for me. Because I'm going to be honest, if they did swap out, there's a chance Giratina could dance around a little bit and be a bit annoying for my team, so let's see what they do. They shield. They have Ancient Power potentially, right? That they could throw here. And I would imagine they will go for it, but I don't get one-shot by an Ancient Power from my Giratina, so I'm just going to let that go. It's a triple Dragon team, it looks like. So, Now that we know the team, we should be in a playable position. Although Charizard is in a bad spot. They double shield already. Alright. I mean, Charizard, with shields down, might still have some play here this game. We'll see, though. I'll shield one Thunder Punch. So I will have to. Oh my god. They Draco Meteor us. Well, I'm glad I shielded that, especially. Maybe I should have Dynamic Punch. I don't think this knocks out, and they probably get an Aqua Tail into us now. But I think this is still fine. Oh, that just knocks out. Nice. Never mind. It's an Altari in the back. Interesting. 13. Was that a CMP as well? If that was a CMP, I'd be pretty happy about that. But if not, then this game's going to get a little bit awkward. No CMP. But they throw instantly anyway. Okay. I just need to build up a lot of energy with Charizard and hope that's enough for us to win this game. There's a chance I survive a Sky Attack here too, so we'll just swap out. What's the way to win this? Okay, I think we go double Air Cutter here. And then we Blast Burn the Altaria, and we hope we get a boost on one of these, right? No boost on the first. Hopefully a boost on the second here. Let's see. Nice. It is over 50% chance to get that boost. I feel like without the boost, though, Blast Burn probably would still be close to enough. At the very least enough to put them into farm down range here, right? So we get the Blast Burn, and we get the Charizard sweep in the back line, despite the triple Dragon team. Let's go. I probably should have shielded my Cetitan. I was not expecting triple weak to Cetitan. Alright, next game. This is actually kind of a real team here, as long as we don't see an Ice type in the lead. We see a Shadow Annihilate, which I wouldn't call a good lead necessarily, because for some reason, they don't get farmed down super quickly by my Dragon Rest here. And that does make it a little bit awkward, but at the very least, I'm going to be able to do quite a bit of damage with my Dragon Rest and the 2-shield one way or another. And getting rid of the Fighting-type Pokemon hopefully opens up my backline a little bit. Likely a Rage Fist, but we'll shield anyway. Yeah, they do bait us. Alright. We get the next attack off here first. This should potentially get the second shield from them. And once this is out of the way, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the backline can pop off for us. I would expect them to Rage Fist straight up here. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, they Rage Fist. I don't want to let the farm down happen here, but I think I will. Because at this point, I do resist counters on my Amoonguss, and I can Astonish this down. I'll shield the potential Ice Punch. And Sludge Bomb is a move that does some damage, right? It might be able to put in some work here. A Furret in the backline, though, seems pretty likely. And that could be bad if that's the case. We actually see an Oranguru here. Which is a Pokemon that maybe I actually have a way to beat. Because I can go for another Foul Play in just a second. I survive a Brutal Swing. They get greedy! They get greedy! Hold on! I get my next move off first. This is huge. So we just knock out the monkey with like 100 energy on it. They had a Furret in the back? Well, that's GG's. I had like such a roller coaster here, where I thought for a second I had a chance. When they brought in the Oranguru, it's like, why would you bring that in instead of a Furret? But no. They're at 7. So they have another Swift here, and they're at the next Swift in 3 more. That is no damage. 9. Oh, man. When they misplayed the Oranguru, I got so hyped. They Trailblaze, just for good measure there. Just to make sure they can Sucker Punch us down. Licky is so sad against the other normals. Of course, that's what we just fought there. That's a 3-2. All right. Well, we'll take that, I suppose. Wheezing as our reward. 29.89. All right. A little bit of a climb there. Yeah, I gotta say, my Twitch chat was not all that kind with my battles today. Luckily, I did get a couple of really nice wins here that I was able to showcase, but a lot of games as well were just over before they even started. The team comps, obviously, not the best, but even with that, still a lot of fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.